Let me tell you something, man. All my life I had to fight. You're not gonna get anywhere in this world without doing a little bit of manipulation. You know, a little bit of good old-fashioned gaslighting. I've read dozens of books, dozens of videos, watched them, consumed them, studied them. I believe I know exactly what it takes to gaslight and manipulate to get what you want. You see, if you want to make any real progress in this world, it's not gonna come from lying to people. It's not gonna come from misleading people who trust you and put their faith in you. It's not gonna happen that way. You have to, it's too much for you. Fucking, I'm gonna say it anyway. You have to be able to effectively fool yourself into believing what hasn't actually shown itself in this world. It's just not rational to believe that the mind that got you here right now is going to get you where you want to go. If you do it again, you're just going to be where you are right now. That doesn't make, that's stupid. It's dumb. It's ignorant. That's especially if you're feeling uncomfortable right now, you're unsatisfied, you're unfulfilled with who you are right now in this moment. It's not going to, it doesn't make sense. So if you listen this far, you're probably in a place where you need to get that shit happening, change it right now, and do what you got to do. So I'm going to tell you right now, before I actually give you this secret, I want to let you know that it's simple, but it's not easy, but it's 100% worth it. So if you're with it, go ahead and like this, share it with somebody. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So first thing on the ledger, you need to treat life like a pendulum. So long you've held that ball in the air, so long you've held it there under the premise that there's some kind of balance. And you've been wrong this whole time. What happens is that when you hold it up here for so long and you let it go and it swings, you're gonna go all the way to the other side. You're gonna feel confused. You're gonna feel doze off. You're gonna feel like you're in the wrong place. You're making the wrong decision. You're in the right place. That's the right decision. That's where you want to be. That place of confusion. And the only reason why it feels so uncomfortable here is because you become comfortable with the unbalance. It's been here, so you're holding it here. You've been comfortable with this unbalance for so long. So the minute you let go of it and let it swing, let your balls swing, just let them swing. Now you're in a place where you can actually learn what it means to be balanced. And you're actually accepting all of who you are. You know who you actually are, not the parts of you that you're just willing to accept that are socially acceptable to you based on what you've been programmed to believe. So the only thing you can do to let go of that big death vice grip on the ball over here is to make your mind a fertile ground for the beliefs that you've seen as vice, as wrong, as too far-fetched, all those things. You must constantly be flooding your mind, your ideas, your emotions with who you choose to be, not what you've been for all these years where it's normal. You have to choose what's not normal, what you actually choose to be. Think of the first time you started school, the first time you had sex, the first time you got into a relationship. All these first times, these were new. This was uncharted territory, but at the end of the day, doesn't mean you don't do it. Doesn't mean that it's bad or it's wrong or it's false. It just means that you have to embrace it, that newness, that openness, that lostness. You have to embrace it. So now when you go ahead and go into this new uncharted territory of life and you go ahead and embrace it, you learn these lessons, now you're in a place where you can actually be yourself. This ball kind of swings, because the more the pendulum swings, it starts to get into that new rhythm, that homeostasis, that equilibrium, and you find that balance right here where you get pieces over here and pieces of the past. And you use what you learned in the past as lessons to fuel you towards that new you're trying to be. So, end of the day, balance is you embracing this side, the extreme, and this side, the extreme, and coming into that new version of you that has everything calculated. It's whole of you, it's all of you, it's embraced you, it's what they call the calibrated version of yourself. Take that and run with it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Make a TikTok forward as well.